Hello everyone and welcome back to Southend Aviation. As you may know, I'm Shaun, I am the creator and videographer of the channel. Today I'm bringing you part 2 of my RIAT POV series of videos. This episode will be focusing on the Saturday show. So without further ado, let's get right into it. If you're a first time RIAT attendee, you may wonder if you can park your car on the site or if you need to get a shuttle bus. You can do both. The Swindon shuttle bus is available to book with your ticket. Although we chose to park up at the blue zone, which is at the centre of the base. Before walking onto the base, you go for a quick security checkpoint where they scan your ticket and they may also check your bag. Once you're through, the base is all yours for the day. We decided we'd leave the static display for the Sunday as we were carrying around step ladders. Which brings me to another common RIAT question. Yes, step ladders are allowed so long as you remain 10 meters away from the crowd line, which of course we did. In this video I am joined by Lewis at Aviation Lewis on Instagram and Ryan at Ramper Ryan on Instagram, who, speaking of, allowed me to use some of his phone clips in this video. A link to their pages will be in the description below. That's enough from me for now, let's get into some airshow action.
Duncan Murna for the last pass.
The splinty flashes the landing lamps as they say goodbye before departing backwards in an over-the-shoulder departure. Don't forget to enter our photo competition for the chance to win one of our official Chinook display team patches.
That year, he retired from service with the Ukrainian Air Force with more than 2,000 flying hours to his name, becoming a local politician in the city of Mirhorod. But he returned to service for his country after the Russian invasion. He was killed in action on the night of the 25th of February this year. The so-called Grey Wolf, as he was nicknamed, was posthumously awarded the Order of the Gold Star by President Volodymyr Zelensky, conferring on him the title of Hero of Ukraine. The second is Captain Jen Casey, who was the Public Affairs Officer for the Royal Canadian Air Force CF-188 display here in 2018, and then for her country's aerobatic team, the Snowbirds. She lost her life in a flying accident at Kamloops, British Columbia in May 2020. The Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said, as the former radio journalist, she will be remembered not just for her professionalism, but for her sense of humour and her kindness. Both will be very sorely missed. Colonel Alexander Oksanchenko and Captain Jen Casey.
is Red 4 Squadron Leader John Bond, known as Bondy. Bondy is in his 5th year on the team, having previously been Synchro Leader last year. He has flown Typhoon operationally. As the team roll to the left, you can see the iconic shape of the Hawk aircraft. The Hawk has been with the Royal Air Force since 1976. Red 7 and 6 break away from us. Red 7 smoking red and Red 6 smoking blue. Red 7 smoking red, white and blue in the corkscrew around the smoke of Red 6. Red 7 is Flight Attendant James Turner, known as JT. Right, you'll see Enid on an inverted V. Once again, get your cameras ready for the double goose. Moving right, left. This is Crossbow. Out goes the flags, and this is the way we put to an end the display of the Italian C-27 Chase Spartan. Thanks for your attention. See you later. To you all, arrivederci.
Of the Hungarian Air Force, this is the MIL Mi-24P, NATO code name Hind. Most numerous. The actions during the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan and thereafter in 1979 and 80, where the Hind really proved its worth, and it was that conflict that brought to an end large-scale deployment of the Hind as part of helicopter transport forces.
The thrust setting ordered by the leader and the acceleration during this takeoff roll.
from pony 1 to pony 5, edge formation. Maneuver, the first maneuver of our program, green, white and red giant truck. feet, 250 knots. Rotation along the axis is performed with a twisted flight path drawing the internal of a giant barrel. The formation rolls as a single huge lift indication provided by the leader about total energy. Amazing crossing. And after this amazing crossing with the green, white and red of the Italian flag,
once the aircraft is approaching and the Typhoons are ready for launch. The Bell Boeing CD-22D Osprey. Now this, of course, is a tilt-rotor aircraft. The wing at Hurlburt Field, Florida, in early 2007, but since then the 27th Special Operations Wing at Cannon Air Force Base in New Mexico has received them in 2018.
round of applause and a big cheer for the Royal Air Force Battle of Britain Memorial Flight displayed for 2022.
In front of you and rapidly roll away, ready for the double corkscrew. Accelerating out of the loop back towards you, Adam brakes hard away. Rolling upside down, 90 degrees angle band, giving a fantastic view of the top side of Blackjack. If that wasn't enough, he goes those. Ready for 1,260 degrees aileron from the left. Again, followed by another minus 3G push into the negative G.
Hi all, me again, and welcome to the section of the video where we edit one photo from the day using Lightroom Classic. The photo I've chosen is the BBMF Avro Lancaster. And I've chosen this image because you tend to find that old World War II aircraft, or any old aircraft really, can look really good with a nice dull, desaturated, moody edit. So let's get stuck in. So to start the edit off, we're going to go and do some basic corrections, I guess you can say. The usual stuff you'll do to most images, like your crop. I've gone for a 16:9 look here. And then my sensor was very dusty, across the whole weekend. I think all of our sensors had loads of dust spots on them, so just remove some of that. If you dehaze the image, they can show quite well if they don't show on the visualized spots. And then, like you can see, what I'm doing here is just some basic corrections, shadows, highlights, etc. Texture to add a bit of sharpness and clarity to bring out some of the visible panel lines that you can see there. And then achieving a desaturated look with getting rid of some of those colours, you know, bringing down the vibrance, and then doing each and every colour in the HSL with saturation and luminance as well. And you can see above there I have dehazed the image, and what I'm going to do now is go through the entire aircraft with the brush tool and basically, I guess you can say, undehaze the aircraft, because you can see the aircraft is quite dark, so we are going to fix that with the brush tool. Props can be a little bit tricky to use with the brush tool, especially if you've got some prop blur, which I've only got a little bit there, so it's not too much of an issue. I do tend to leave the props with the brush tool if they are blurred, because you're just not really going to get a very good look at all. I love to get a prop blur, but sometimes I'm just not brave enough, and when it's an iconic aircraft like this, I wanted to get the nice clear sharp photo. And like I said in the last video, you know, the brush tool can, you know, it consumes a lot of time. I think this edit took, it was quite a short one actually, it was only like 8 minutes, but I have, as you can see, sped it up. And then going back with your dehaze and just sort of, like I say, undehazing, I guess you can say, and then playing around with some other sliders as well, seeing what works for you, just to lighten up the aircraft a little bit more and bringing, you know, some more details in those dark, you know, panel lines and whatnot. Just seeing what works for you. Like I say, there's never any really a wrong or right way to edit. Basic lens corrections, and then vignetting. From memory, I think I was playing around with the vignette for quite a bit. I was toying around with it because sometimes you can overdo it, and then you'll take a look back and you think, actually no, I don't like this. But there you go, that looks not too bad. And there you go, that's a nice desaturated. It's not quite black and white because there is still a little bit of colour there, but it's certainly not very vibrant, and it gives it that nice sort of dull look to it. I'm just going back again with the what I've brushed over on the aircraft there. But yeah, like I say, I do tend to find that a desaturated look can look very good on an old aircraft, such as the Lancaster. And there you go, there's the before and after, which definitely shows. I am quite happy with this edit. The clouds look nice and moody as well, and obviously it's a big step up from the original. And to bring this video to a close, of course, we're going to go through some of my favourite shots of the day. As I mentioned in the last video, I had multiple issues with my Sony 600mm lens, which again is very evident in a lot of these photos being very soft and misfocused. This was the last day I used this lens, as I couldn't bear to use it anymore knowing my shots would be such low quality. It was a good job I brought my trusty 70-350mm lens with me. Hope everyone enjoyed this video. I've got a couple more RIAT POV videos underway, which I hope to get out by the end of the month. Until then, I'll leave you with these photos. Keep well everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.